Welcome back, you filthy exiles, and I recorded this an entire time over without remembering to plug my mic back in, so we're going to do this again. So basically, this is update number 3 for my Sunder Chieftain, and we are really cooking with some gas now. So just a bit of a precursor on this, we've taken this down to, I think, 409 depth delve. Let's just quickly get back down there. Yep, 409 depth delve. We basically are dropping Crystal Kings with relative ease now. We're just like horizontal farming a little bit, but we might hop on stream and keep farming down lower and lower. The DPS that I've calculated is about 9 million on the POB, so this will be in the description below, but this is assuming level 96 as well, and 20% on all your gems, level 21 Sunder, all that good stuff. Armor, we get up to just shy of 100,000 with our Merc buff up and running, so we'll talk about that briefly. But yeah, as an overall, this build's not too bad. Like, it tanks its way through endgame. T16s are nothing to it. T17 bosses with energy shield rolls and weird wacky rolls are a little bit rough on it. But overall, like, you one-hit pretty much all map bosses to a degree, and Crystal Kings you can take down easily, so it was really designed for Delve at the end of the day. I do have an upgrade plan for it to switch to stave, but right now we need a much better axe to really push this one further ahead. We can't run Annihilation or Annihilating Light or anything like that just yet either. Outside of that, it does sort of struggle on Maven just a little bit, but now with the DPS changes and upgrades I've done on it, it'll probably just absolutely cheese that fight. Or we're getting to the point of that. So I haven't went back and completed my Voidstone because quite frankly, I'm just delving and I don't really care. And yeah, it face tanks like the new endgame pinnacles as well. They're pretty much nothing. It's not an uber killer just yet, but I reckon we can get it there with a little bit more time and investment. We're only like 1 week into the league, so we're doing pretty good. It's not bad. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the video, talk about config, all that good stuff, and yeah, let's get going. Okay, so config page, we'll just quickly blast through this. So we're running Pantheon, Sol Lunaris, and Solar Tukahama. This is just really good, and we have 5% spent, 5 seconds spent stationary, because with Tukahama we get 2% life regeneration when we've been stationary. We're on low life because we're running a Petrified Blood setup. We have Power Charges, Frenzy, and Endurance Charges is actually coming from our Warcry configuration. So Mob Mentality gives us these buffs. And because we drop so many Warcries, these are always active. We get Onslaught again from our Lead by Example node on our tree with our cluster setup now. Fortified is built into the build, so that's in the actual gem setup. We have 36 Rage. This is coming from the 2 Rage nodes here, maximum Rage. Pardon me. We've got Leech just built natively into the build. We've got Flask active, so that's ticked on. We have nearby 10 enemies because we're always in Delve. Have we been hit? Almost inevitably, yes. Warcries, it's a Warcry build, isn't it? And Warcries used in the past 8 seconds, 100% yes. Warcries used, we have 5 Warcries in the setup, so that's what's doing that. Pride is on maximum effect. Now, someone will be like, that's bait, so just change it to initial, and it's 7.5 mil. I'll leave that up to you, but, you know, you can do whatever you want with that. Blood Stance I use for Delve, I use for bosses, and for mapping I use Sand Stance. Outside of that, we're on full life. We taunt enemies. In particular, we use Basalt Flask, and we taunt with Warcries by a native. Debilitated comes from the Mastery node on the Warcries. Enemies always covered in Ash because we use Infernal Cry, and it's Guardian and Pinnacle boss damage. Now, for gear setup, we're running an Echoes of the Creation, or Echoes of Creation. This is our big upgrade. This gives us increased damage per Warcry exerted. But bearing in mind we take physical damage, which is of no consequence because we're running Petrified Blood, so it means nothing. So you'll see, basically, we take no damage. So it's pretty good. Outside of that, we've got a pretty good axe at 725 DPS, but we need to get a much better axe. This just isn't good enough anymore. Our chest piece is a 4000 armor chest piece. Pardon me. We do have physical damage from hits taken as cold damage and +1 to max fire res on this as well. Obviously, that synergizes with our Ascendancy. And then on our amulet, we've got Divine Fervor anointed on here, and we just have like a lot of attributes. I got this off a Mercenary. They have some amazing drops. Then my rings, I've got Chaos stacked rings, increased dex again, because we just need to get as much dex into the build as possible, and then resistances. So the same applies here, with some Chaos taken recoup as damage taken recouped as life nodes on this as well. Then our gloves, we've got our implicit. I found having exerted attack steel increased damage was a much bigger advantage to the build, so make sure you roll it with that. Increased attack speed, we've got life regeneration, more chaos res and whatnot. Bearing in mind we're chaos res capped. I don't know if you can see it on here, but you can, but we're chaos res capped as well. Our belt is not very good, so I need to change the belt. I'll probably get a determination roll belt at this stage, and we can get rid of the chaos res on there too. We just need one with a lot of life regeneration. Then our boots, again, these boots are pretty much perfect for this setup. So we've got a huge amount of life regeneration, implicit life regeneration at 29% overall, and 4% increased action speed is bloody awesome. And then Chaos Res, Lightning Res, 20% movement speed as well. So these are pretty decent. There are definitely better boots out there, but these boots are mine and I like them. Now, flask-wise, we also have all of our flasks spec'd up. So we've got a Quicksilver. All of them have gained 3 charges where possible. So Quicksilver has increased armor. Diamond has chill effect reduction and freeze duration reduction. We've got reduced effect of shock as well on our Basalt. We have just increased elemental, which is meaningless on our Ruby. And we have increased critical strike chance on our Granite Flask. Now, for our gem setups, in the helm I run faster attacks with Seismic Cry, Enduring Cry, and Leap Slam. In my weapon, I run Battle Mage's Cry, Precision, Vulnerability, and Hydrosphere, and then Pride with Eternal Blessing in it. In my chest, I've got Sunder, Pulverize, Melee Physical Damage, Ruthless, Overexertion, and Fortify. Then in my gloves, I've got a 2-2, so it's a Broken Link setup, with Infernal Cry and Auto Exertion, and then Blood and Sand and Petrified Blood. Doesn't really need to be a Broken Link setup with that, eh? Then in our boots, we've got Blood Rage, Intimidating Cry, Molten Shell, and Automation at the end of the day. So very simple setup. Now, pathing tree wise, we did make a few changes to this. So I've already talked through this in the previous videos, so I'm not going to go through it in great detail, just by the edits I've made. So basically, we've taken off the points going up to here and into Golem's Blood, and we've just reallocated this. So now we have Warning Call and Cry Wolf. I've also changed out the cluster jewel, so that's Fuel the Fight, Graceful Execution, and Martial Prowess. And the other 3 nodes that I've also added in are the Warcry duration nodes and As the Thunder. But aside from that, those are the only changes I've made. I would like to get this dual socket node here. We also need the crit node here as well for increased crit multi against unique enemies. It gives us a huge damage buff. All of these adjustments have been made in the POB for you, and it's level 96. So I've already given you the map to what I'm going to do in the next 4 levels. And yeah, the damage just gets up to like 9 mil, which is pretty respectable at the end of the day. Now, there's no changes to the ascendancies at this stage. And the other thing too, I haven't really thought about what I'm going to do with Forbidden Flesh and Flame or anything like that, but I'm sure there'll be something that I'll cook up with that'll increase the DPS pretty sufficiently. So for the Merc setup, we did make like one major change, and we basically just switched the axe to Calm's Primacy. And the reason why we did that is because this is an Eruptor, so he has like stupid amounts of AoE, but he's always hitting enemies. And that means that he will do Culling Strike for us. So this is a pretty good axe for that, because he's not going to be able to output enough damage to be meaningful, but this will make it good. Then I have Perquel's Toe, obviously, that's just the go-to now. And I also have this guy has Determination on him, so I basically have Determination buffing rings and a belt with Hands of the High Templar, which I ended up crafting a double curse setup with Enfeeble and Despair. This is pretty useful for decreasing the amount of inbound damage, at least get Enfeeble or Temporal Chains on it. And then I have Windscream, which is giving me, you can apply an additional curse at the end of the day, so this is really useful as well. And that's it for the build. All the stuff that you'll need will be in the description below, including links to the previous video and videos, and I'll make sure I pin them as well. We're probably going to do a bigger axe, so we'll craft that probably on stream, but eventually we want to change it to a stave conversion, but I want to get the axe to the most disgusting level of DPS that I can first before I do the stave conversion, because that's going to be expensive. But yeah, at this stage, it's just a really, really solid Sunder build. It does a really good job. It's fun, and yeah, would recommend playing again. Anyway, if you like this video and you're playing the build and you're enjoying it, or maybe just like the videos that I make, feel free to like and sub to the channel, follow the Twitch, all the good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later on stream. But have a good one.